Hey, what is going on, you Physinites, you Physin viewers, or whatever you guys like to call yourselves? My name is TJ, or Boss I am, and I'm here to bring you guys another exciting gameplay commentary today. So for those of you guys who have already watched my first upload onto Physin, analyzing the good aspects of Modern Warfare 3, then you guys probably already know who I am. But for those of you guys who haven't watched it yet, or are only subscribed to PhysinArmoury because my first video happened to be uploaded onto Physin's main hub PhysinTV instead of Armory, then you guys probably don't know me yet. So just a little bit of backstory about myself. My name is TJ, like I said. I'm 18 years old. I played Call of Duty for only about 2 years, and I started commentating a little over 9 months ago. So now that you guys know a little bit more about me, let's discuss the gameplays I have briefly, and before I talk about my main topic. I actually put together 2 gameplays because most of my gameplays are relatively short, and the topic I wanted to discuss is going to take a little bit longer than the commentaries I normally put onto my own channel. So yeah. The first gameplay that you're watching right now is going to be an MSR Moab on the map Interchange, and the second gameplay is going to be an MP5 Rapid Fire Extended Mags Moab on the map Carbon. I don't really like talking about the gameplay itself very much, so I'll leave it at that, and let's jump into our topic of discussion now. So the topic I wanted to talk about today is analyzing the perks throughout Call of Duty history. As you guys are all aware of, I'm sure, perks were first introduced into Call of Duty in Call of Duty 4. But it was not until Modern Warfare 2 that the concept of pro perks was invented. Today I have a few perks that I want to discuss and analyze how they have changed throughout the recent CoD titles, and give you guys my opinion on how it is now, how it was before, and what I think it should be. So first off, let's talk about Sleight of Hand, because Sleight of Hand is a very popular perk, and pretty much everyone uses it at least on one of the classes that they have set up. So Sleight of Hand, ever since it was released in Call of Duty 4, it has the basic concept of faster reloading speed. And then after that, pro perks were introduced in Modern Warfare 2, and Black Ops, it had faster aim down sight. In Modern Warfare 2, faster aim down sight was for everything, which made sniping a lot easier. But in Black Ops, they made it so that Sleight of Hand makes faster aim down sight for everything except for sniper rifles, which kind of sucks. It made sniping a little bit harder, and not as many people quick scoped or sniped in Black Ops as they did in Modern Warfare 2 and previous games. And then in Modern Warfare 3, they introduced the new pro concept of faster weapon swapping. Personally, I think that the faster aim down sight was better. Like, if I had to choose between faster aim down sight or faster weapon swapping, I would definitely choose faster aim down sight, because that is a lot more useful, I think, than faster weapon swapping. Don't get me wrong, I think faster weapon swapping is a very good concept, and I think it should remain in Call of Duty titles, and you know, it's a really good pro perk to have. But if I could only choose between aim down sight and faster weapon swapping, I would definitely choose faster aim down sight. So I think that the previous Sleight of Hand was better. And the faster aim down sight has been split up into quick draw, and quick draw has faster, you know, like lethal and tactical grenade throwing, and that's very useful as well. So the second perk I want to discuss is Scavenger. In Modern Warfare 2 and in Black Ops, Scavenger replenished explosives, at least your grenade. I'm not sure if in Modern Warfare 2, in Black Ops actually, if Scavenger replenished noob tubes or not, but I'm not exactly sure. There wasn't as many noob tubes in Black Ops, which I'm very thankful for. But anyway, Scavenger, do you guys think that Scavenger should replenish explosives? In Modern Warfare 3, they made it so Scavenger does not replenish anything that counts as an explosive, or things that can be tagged by recon per se, like a grenade, a flashbang, stuff like that. Your Scavenger does not replenish. It only replenishes ammunition and throwing knives in Modern Warfare 3. But in Modern Warfare 2, Scavenger replenished anything. It could replenish noob tubes, it could replenish grenades, and that led to a lot of spamming of grenades, because if you walk into an area where there's a bunch of Scavenger packs on the ground, you could just throw your Semtex, pick one up, throw your Semtex, and repeat that. And in game types such as like Domination, Ground War, especially on maps such as like Wasteland, where you can just spam nades, it's really annoying, and the spammage is kind of overpowered. So I really do think that in Modern Warfare 3, when they limited it to not being able to pick up explosives, replenishing explosives, I think that's a really good idea, because it lowers the amount of spammage of flashbangs and grenades. And you know, there's already enough people complaining about flashbangs in Modern Warfare 3 that if Scavenger replenished it, it'd just be even more annoying. So my take on it is that Scavenger should not replenish explosives, although it would be fun now and then to have, you know, extra nades, extra flashbangs. But overall, I think it's a good idea that they didn't bring that back. So next perk I want to discuss is Marathon or Extreme Conditioning. So in Call of Duty 4 they came up with Extreme Conditioning, which basically led you to run longer. But in Modern Warfare 2 they introduced Marathon, which lets you run forever. And even the basic perk Marathon in Modern Warfare 2 lets you run forever. And the Pro perk made it so that you can mantle things faster. But in Black Ops they made it so Marathon normally is like Extreme Conditioning, but once you get a Pro it's like Marathon from Modern Warfare 2. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think that Marathon or Extreme Conditioning should let you run forever, or just run a longer distance with Extreme Conditioning? Because I think that running forever is really fun, but it can be kind of overpowered, especially in objective-based games where you want to get to the other side, like capture the flag. Marathon, the ability to sprint endlessly is kind of overpowered, and I agree with the fact that Extreme Conditioning is a little bit more balanced. But for those of you guys who like rushing, I'm sure that you guys love Marathon more just because you guys can run endlessly and it is a lot of fun. But I have to argue that Extreme Conditioning is a lot more balanced, and I think that in the game types, in a game such as Call of Duty where everything is already kind of hard to balance, I think that the fact that they have Extreme Conditioning instead of Marathon, which just lets you run longer, is a lot more balanced, and I think that's the way that it should be. So let's get on to the next perk. It's going to be labeled together as UAV Jammer, Cold-Blooded, Ghost, Blind Eye, Assassin, and basically all of these perks are kind of related in some way or another. In Call of Duty 4 they first introduced UAV Jammer, which basically lets you stay off of the radar, and that's a great idea, but not many people used it in Call of Duty 4 because stopping power and sleight of hand are a lot more useful than UAV Jammer in my opinion, because you don't really see too much UAV spammage in Call of Duty 4, so it's not that big of a problem. And in Modern Warfare 2 they introduced Cold-Blooded, which basically protected you from UAVs, but it also protected you from air support, and that was really good perk to use. But then since it was competing with stopping power, it wasn't that big of a threat. But in Black Ops, Ghost became a problem because there wasn't many perks that could actually compete with Ghost. You could stay off UAVs, and a lot of people used Ghost. It's ridiculous how many people use Ghost. I mean, the only other perks in that tier were Hardline, Flak Jacket, what other, Scavenger, and I'm not exactly sure on everything. I'm not sure if that was everything or not, but Ghost was kind of a perk that everyone used because they figured that the other perks weren't quite as useful, and I can see why Ghost is overpowered, because Ghost isn't competing with another perk that is really useful. Like, it's not competing with sleight of hand, it's not competing with stopping power, so I think that's why it got out of hand. And in Modern Warfare 3 they separated the ability to stay off UAVs and stay protected from air support into Blind Eye and Assassin. But then the fact that they put it into different tiers makes it so that they can still use both of them. If they put it into the same tier and Assassin and Blind Eye were in the same tier and you could only pick one, I think that would be a lot better, because Blind Eye and Assassin you can stay protected from air support and stay protected from UAVs. But the main problem was Assassin. Assassin got pretty damn overpowered in Modern Warfare 3, and the reason for that is because there's no counters for Assassin. You can't even counter UAV an Assassin person. You cannot EMP a person who has Assassin, and I think it's ridiculous. I don't think that they should have made it so that Assassin protects you from counter UAVs and EMPs as well. And in my opinion, I think Assassin should only keep you off of the UAV, and I think that would be a lot more fair and a lot more balanced into a game like Call of Duty. So the last perks that I want to discuss were Ninja, Sit Rep, and both in Modern Warfare 2 and in Modern Warfare 3 and in Black Ops. So in Modern Warfare 2, Ninja protected you from heartbeat sensors and it made your footsteps silent after you got Pro perk. And Sit Rep is the same throughout Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3. Louder footsteps for the Pro perk, and the detection of enemy equipment for the non-Pro perk. But in Black Ops, they only had Ninja, and they could basically combine Ninja and Sit Rep. Ninja by itself made it so your footsteps were silent, and Ninja Pro made it so that you heard other people's footsteps louder. And I think that combining the two of them gives you the best of both worlds, and it might be a little bit overpowered. So I think that the way that they have it now, where you can only have Ninja or Sit Rep, is a lot better, and I think it's a lot more balanced. So that's just my analysis of perks throughout Call of Duty history, and leave it in the comments below what you guys think of how perks should be balanced and whatnot. and what perks you guys would like to see returning in future Call of Duty games. I know that in Black Ops 2, the perks are pretty much already announced, so there's not much to speculate about that. But do you guys agree with me on some of the points that I discussed, or leave it in the comments below if you guys disagree with me? Anything's cool. And remember to subscribe to Phison if you guys enjoy, and check out my own channel as well. So thank you guys for watching, and before I go, I have a special message from Carlo. Boobies. Okay, I'm out. Peace. Thanks guys for watching, and this is Boss I Am. I'm out. Peace.